The best time to cry is at night, when the lights are out and someone's screaming for help while being beaten up. That way, even if you sniffle a little, they ain't gonna hear you. If anybody knows that you're crying, they'll start talking about it, and soon you'll be the one who gets beat up when the lights go out. There's a mirror over the steel sink in my cell. It's 6 inches high and scratched with the names of some guys who've been here before me. When I look into the small rectangle, I see a face looking back at me, but I don't recognize it. It doesn't look like me. I couldn't have changed that much in a few months. I wonder if I'll look at myself and how I'll look at myself when the trial's over. There was a guy who got hit in the face with a tray today. Somebody said some little thing and somebody else got mad. There was blood everywhere. When the guards came over, they made us line up against the wall. The guy who was hit they made sit at the table while they waited for another guard to bring them rubber gloves. When the gloves came, the guard put them on, handcuffed the guy, and then took him to the dispensary. He was still bleeding pretty bad. Sometimes I feel like I've walked into the middle of a movie. It's a strange movie with no plot and no beginning. The movie is black and white and grainy. Sometimes the camera moves in close so that you can't tell what's going on and you just listen to the sounds. I've seen movies of prisoners, but I've never found one I like. This is not a movie about bars and locked doors. It's about being alone when you really don't need to be alone. I think I'll get used to this. I will have to give up what I think is real and take up something else. Maybe I could make my own movie. I could write it out and play it in my head. I could block out the scenes like we did in school. The film would be the story of my life. No, not my life, but this experience. I'll write it down in this notebook, and they let me keep. I'll call it what the lady who was the prosecutor called me. Monster.
Yo, Herman, you gonna eat something? Come on and get your breakfast, man. I'll take your eggs if you don't want them. You want them?
I ain't hungry.
Your trial's today, ain't it? You up for the big one? I remember what that feels like.
How do you think the trial's going?
Well, it could be going better.
What's wrong?
Frankly, nothing's happening that speaks to your innocence. Half of those jurors came in here today with their minds already made up. They believed you were guilty from the moment they laid eyes on you. I mean, you're young, you're black. What else do they need to know? Mr. Harmon, did you act as the lookout for the drugstore robbery or check that the store robbery could be committed?
No, I did not.
Mr. Harmon, did you discuss with anybody that you would be the lookout for the robbery?
No, I did not.
Mr. Harmon, were you in the drugstore owned by Mr. Nesbitt, the victim, on the 22nd of December?
No, I was not.
Are you sure, in your mind, that you know what a lookout is?
Yes, I am.
One last question. Were you in any way involved with the crime that we are discussing here? To make it clear, were you in any way involved in the holdup and murder of Mr. Nesbitt on the 22nd of December last year?
No, I was not.
Nothing further. Mr. Harmon, do you know James King?
I know him from the neighborhood.
You talk to him much?
Once in a while.
Once in a while. When was the last time you spoke to him before the robbery?
I don't know exactly, but it was probably sometime during the school year.
Did you speak to him in December?
I don't think so, but I might have.
Which is it? You don't think so, or you don't remember?
Both. I might have spoken to him, but we don't talk about anything important enough to remember.
What do you talk about?
Usually I see him on the playground. He'd say something like, "Those guys can't play ball," stuff like that.
Those guys can't play ball. Do you play ball, Mr. Harmon?
Yes, I do, but I don't remember seeing him play ball.
You having trouble remembering what you've seen?
No, I've seen a lot of ball games. I watch a lot of ball games.
Are you nervous? Would you like to take a few minutes?
No.
You talk to Bobo sometimes? Objection! We've been referring to the witness as Mr. Evans.
Sustained.
I would like to thank Emily Stoliker and Jennifer Tubbs for helping me with this video. And without further ado, I present to you the bloopers. Go. The best time to cry is at night, when the lights are out and someone can't read. This is my mom. She's very supportive.
Yes, okay.
Oh, you're mean.
How do you think the trial's going?
Could be better.
What's wrong?
Well, frankly, nothing's happening. It speaks to your innocence.
How do you think the trial's going?
Wow, you came in really early.
Well,
Oh.
what a sexy little pose the bus.